here. So what I want to do now is invite Jeb Eddy to come on here. Jeb is a man who has a good friend and helps me with a lot of my projects, and I help him with some of his. And he's been staying close to an organization that is pushing, advocating for a carbon fee, a carbon tax, like I've articulated it here. And so he has some up-to-date information on, in particularly, how the money, once the government gets the tax money, will distribute it. And also he's working very closely with the Peace Corps, trying to get Citizen Climate Lobby and the Peace Corps working together. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. I am on the order of a year, new member of this nonprofit, nonpartisan organization called the Citizens Climate Lobby. And I think they have 330 chapters nationwide focused on members of Congress to have us understand and start to move towards a fee that is returned as a dividend. There is not a slice taken off into Congress for special interests. So when I first saw this wall, just a matter of a few weeks ago, I said, that's really cool. I just think it's terrific. There's quite a lot of agreement on the idea that a fee, tax, could do a lot of useful things. There's less agreement on what to do with the money. Different groups want to spend it on their own interests. But the Citizens Climate Lobby is specifically advocating for equal distribution, not slicing it off into various other things. So I'm also an ex-Peace Corps volunteer. And along with 220,000 others who have served in the Peace Corps, we are sensitive to prices. We have all lived in interesting circumstances where we're going shopping in the town market and we notice that the price of rice or vegetables or meat or something has gone up. I get to make a decision on how to spend my limited money. So I think this idea of a fee that would rise by $10 a ton every single year, so it's completely predictable, completely known to particularly the for-profit business community, they can start really thinking hard about how to cut down on their use of carbon so that they don't have to pay the fee. So I think it's a real interesting win.
So now the money is collected when somebody goes to sell some coal, oil, or gas, and that money comes to the United States Treasury Department. Now, how does Citizen Climate Lobby want to distribute that money?
The exact details, I don't think, are defined in the draft legislation. But one very simple possibility is everybody with a Social Security card. No questions about how long you've been here, how much money you've made. Everybody gets an equal slice. And that's a really interesting, simple, I think, way that's something we could agree on. So I think it's a heck of a good idea.
Okay, so when I met with George Shultz, Secretary, the other day, he also said everybody who has a Social Security card will get the same amount of money. And then I raised the question about what about taking some of that money, some of that tax money, and maybe investing it extensively in research and development for the next generation of energy producing technology. And he said to me, no, I'm not for taking any of the money out of here, out of the tax. I want it all to be neutral from the fee. And I am for encouraging the next president, the next Congress, in the normal budgeting process to come up with billions of dollars to help build the next generation of clean energy solutions. So I want to say thank you very much.
Good fun.
Jeb.
This is important work. Telling this story is
Good.
Really valuable. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much. Also, in thinking about what would be good suggestions for the next president, the next Congress, with respect to an improved national energy policy, I'm I also believe that Congress and the White House need to get together and put some muscle or some leg into squeezing as much energy out of, if we're going to use some coal, wind, solar, oil, whatever. In other words, what I'm saying, new legislation that requires that we are more energy efficient in everything. The planes, the cars, the trucks, the cement factories, everything must be more energy efficient. And so that leg indicates it's connected to Congress. It pushes down, out comes more money, out comes more energy. Now, a little while ago, I referred to advanced technology that might take another 20 years that would allow us to make technology that gives us clean energy. Clean energy seems to be very, very important because if this monster is already dangerous, we don't want to give it any more fumes, even from gas and even from some of these other sources.